Hey, Plant Pals, Mike the Cat Gardener, and today is going to be a fun video for me to make. I'm going to try something I've never made before. I'm going to make some gyros, or as the Northerners call them, gyros. It's pronounced gyro. I'm going to make some tzatziki sauce, and that's going to be my treat. So I like to, especially with my new way of eating, I like to try to make stuff um, different and fresh so that I don't get bored, and I try to make it as healthy as I can. It is a treat day, so I might have some pita with this, but for the most part, it's pretty much no carb. um, and I'm gonna do it in my way, and I think it'll be an interesting way. So the first thing I'm gonna start with is I'm gonna make the tzatziki sauce. That's just the yogurt, lemon, some garlic I gotta crush and chop up, and I got a strainer for the strain the lemon juice out. And right here is a spice grinder. I got rosemary, a little bit of cumin, and oregano. I wish I had the Greek oregano, but I didn't have any on hand. And I had a ton for my garden, but I didn't save any from 2023. Well, I think I did. It's just I gotta find it. It's in my spice tub, but I didn't feel like digging for it. But so I've got ground lamb for the gyro meat and the beef, and I'm gonna whip that up with some red onion so that it makes a paste, and then I'm gonna put it into a glass dish here. I'm gonna bake it, and then I'm going to compress it with something heavy after it's done, and that should make a good, hopefully a good gyro meat texture. So it's just all about the technique with that. I've got my first, like I said, the first up is the tzatziki sauce. So I got the cucumbers here. I washed them in super strong vinegar water, and stuff did come off them. So you always got to make sure wash your stuff, because you don't know what the store is doing. They claimed they were ready to eat, and there was like a ton of stuff in that water that I didn't want to eat, so it was not ready to eat. And then the funny part is, once I got all that wax and stuff off of them that they put, and these are supposed to be just ready to eat in the bag cucumbers, and they weren't supposed to have any wax or anything on them, but they clearly did. Now I can smell them. Now they smell delicious. My wife walked into the room. She says, "What smells so good?" Washed, clean cucumbers. All right, so the tzatziki sauce is super simple. It's just Greek yogurt, salt, pepper, garlic, lemon juice, and diced up cucumbers. So I got the grater right here. Grate it up. And so I'll show that, and I'll be back. So I got the cucumbers all grated up. Put the yogurt in. The hardest part right now is just getting all this garlic peeled. I got like 4 heads of garlic I gotta peel. Some of them is for the tzatziki, and the rest is for the gyro meat. And I gotta dice up a onion. But yeah, so far so good. It's got a lot of peeling and chopping to do. Well, my least favorite chore is peeling garlic, and I started off trying the tube thing, which works for like one thing of garlic. You put in the tube in there and you roll it, and it did a couple of them. But then I remembered a internet hack for peeling garlic, and so I thought I'd give it a try. Where you take 2 bowls and you put the garlic in there, and then you shake it. See, this one did not work, but my big pieces came out pretty much. So I just got a little bit of extra cleanup to do. Could take whatever is bad out there and then shake up the rest. But yeah, it definitely worked. So that's really cool. Saved me a ton of time. All right. So there's my tzatziki sauce done. It's really good. Wife don't like it, but I'm gonna love it on my gyro. The only tips I would give on it is, and it doesn't tell you in the recipe, is you're supposed to use full fat Greek yogurt. Couldn't find any. I used the store brand yogurt that claims doesn't say it's low fat, but I would strain it for like a day and then use it because it'll be thicker sauce. And I would strain the cucumbers. I made a big watery mess with cucumbers, so I had to strain the whole mixture out and then kind of redo it. So yeah, so strain your salt and strain your cucumbers. Once you grate them, strain your yogurt. Don't salt that, just strain it, and then make the tzatziki sauce. It should be good. But it tastes really good. So now on to making the gyro meat. Bend down for a second. I've got super thinly sliced red onion, tossed with a little bit of lemon juice, and that'll go for the top. And this is going to go in the actual gyro. This onion is going to go in the actual gyro meat mix. I got my hamburger, my lamb, and the unique thing that I'm going to do is they were talking about whipping it with like a hand blender and stuff to get that, because you're basically making like a sausage, and so sausage is finely ground. I got to ground my spices, and then put that in there. Sausage is super finely ground, like a hot dog is way whipped. You know, meat is just regular meat. It's the same meat that you'd have in a, if it's a beef hot dog, you just take the beef and you whip it until it's super duper fine. And so to get that good gyro meat texture, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blend it up. So I'll be back. Alright, so that's how they look when they're all whipped up with the onions and whatnot. Even my mighty Ninja blender gave up the ghost. Was like, I'm not doing it anymore. So I had to use a hand blender, and that gave it the ghost, so I had to mix it by hand. So again, this is a learning experience for me. I've never made it before, so my tip would be to use a food processor in very small batches, and then put it in a big bowl, and then mix it again with your hand to be safe, and let everything's blended well, and then put it in your oven-safe cooking dishes. So this made a lot more than I thought, so I got extra here. So I'll be eating this for probably freeze like half of it. So then whenever I want a gyro, I can just reheat it in the oven, or let it thaw till it gets pull up the thinly sliced, and then probably put it in a frying pan to get those crispy gyro type edges. So this one's gonna go on the bottom rack because it's bigger. We'll put this one on the top rack, and then I'll swap them about halfway through. It's supposed to cook for an hour. Alright, so after it's cooked for an hour, I wrap it in foil, and I put a heavy weight on there. I put the container cooked in, and added some other wings on top to compress it. That's an important step when you let it sit for half an hour. Alright, so I'm gonna slice into it. So this is the smaller one. I got the bigger one still in the oven, because of course it's going to take long if it's bigger. But this is what it looks like. See, it would be even tighter, more like the guy would get at the places if I had put it in the food processor and really whipped it up better. But like I said, my blender was like not happy with me. But now I know what to do. But these are really decent slices. They're holding together, so it's not like not like meatloaf. And I think it's going to taste good. So I'm going to keep slicing here. And then I'm going to make myself and my wife a pita. I'll be right back. Alright, so I warmed up some pita. I warmed hers up too long. It's kind of crunchy. Might have to give her a new one. Put it in the oven. And I got the thicker. I like the thicker one. But so I made the tzatziki sauce earlier. So put that like that. So across like this. And then got those onions that I finally shredded. Put across the top like that. Wife likes a lot of onions. Give her a lot. I like just a little bit. There we go. So homemade gyros, and I think they turned out pretty good. So I'm going to, like I said, next time I know how to alter the recipe to make it even better. So very cool, delicious. All right, so it was really good, but I decided I wanted those nice crispy gyro edges or whatever, so I just fried in the pan with a little bit of olive oil. And it's really good.